Governor Gavin Newsom said he plans to intervene in cases when judges block the clearment of encampments.
I've had it. We're going to intervene, and I hope this goes to the Supreme Court. And that's a hell of a statement for a progressive Democrat out of California to say. But it's just gone too far. People's lives are at risk. It's unacceptable what's happening on the streets and sidewalks.
The governor made those comments tonight at an event organized by Politico to highlight politics in the Golden State. KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala joins us live from the newsroom tonight. So, Ashley, what else did the governor announce tonight?
Yeah, Andrea, some interesting news tonight. Governor Gavin Newsom is heading to China next month. This is something he brought up when the topic of discussion tonight turned to climate change. He notes with all the policies California has passed to reduce carbon emissions and reduce its reliance on oil and gas, he said California and the United States can't address this issue alone. Now, it's not clear when exactly he's heading to China. His office tells us late October at this point. But tensions between the U.S. and China have been well documented these last couple of years, and those tensions remain high. Here's what Governor Gavin Newsom had to say about it.
Divorce is not an option. You could talk about decoupling. You could talk about de-risking. We can adjudicate whether or not President Biden should have used the word constrain or contain or not as it relates to his press conference in Vietnam. But the importance, the imperative of maintaining a relationship on climate with China is about the fate and future of this planet, and it's too important. It's another example where California needs to lead, and I think that steady leadership matters.
Now, Newsom said it's to be determined if he'll meet with China's leader, Xi Jinping. Newsom said he has coordinated the trip with the White House. Back to you.